Hey, Veg heads, December 10th, about 30% of the way through vegging our best for the holidays. And tonight at sundown, December 10th, begins Hanukkah, the first night of Hanukkah. And Hanukkah means rededication, and it commemorates the struggle for religious freedom when a Jewish rebel army overthrew the Greek Syrian oppressors in Jerusalem. And they went to rededicate the temple in Jerusalem that had been desecrated by the others, and the Greek Syrian army. And they rededicated, and the only sacred oil they could find was a small amount that was still untouched, undesecrated, and it would only last for one night. Well, the miracle of that time was that that oil burned for 8 nights. So Hanukkah runs for 8 nights. And forgive me if I get any small details. What I'm talking about is in generalities, that this first night of Hanukkah, very often our Jewish family and friends, one of their specialties that they make are latkes, potato pancakes, which they are fried in oil. And the families will say that what the oil represents, it symbolizes the miracle of the oil in the temple that burned for 8 days when there was only enough for one. So, and this is such a great example of the connection of food and culture. And it works both ways. It works both ways, doesn't it? We have cultural traditions in food, which can sometimes be difficult to reimagine, to pick or choose. If we are trying to not eat some foods, some ingredients, some animal products that are part of our cultural identity, part of our religious identity, part of our family identity, it can be sometimes a little tricky. And so I recommend that you don't ever start there. There are so many places that we can cut back, limit, or eliminate animal products or certain animal products that are not tied so tightly to our religious or family or cultural traditions. There are many, many vegan Christians, vegan Jews, vegan Buddhists. There are vegans of every stripe in the world, okay? And so we can always reimagine it, but it might not be where we first go to learn about tweaking our diets. But anyway, certainly latkes can be made without actual egg. They can be fried in the oil. And remember, just think about the cultural traditions of grandmothers and great-grandmothers and families eating together, cooking together during the holidays, when they're getting together and observing certain historic and certain cultural traditions. And when they're frying in the oil, they remember, this reminds us of the miracle of the oil at the temple during Hanukkah. So we want to rededicate our holidays and our choices during the holidays in a way that is sensitive, not just to the traditions, but to ourselves, because these are very, very tightly held things we love, things we remember with tremendous pleasure. Okay, so be good to yourself. This Hanukkah, I wish every family and friend who is celebrating Hanukkah this year, wishing you all the best, and enjoy all the traditions, and maybe get back to me. Tell me how you veg your best during your Hanukkah meals and get-togethers this year. Okay, guys? Happy Hanukkah, and we'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, veg your best.